What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Another long form video for you guys. In today's one, we are going to be talking about our crazy month of September, which is coming up in a couple of days. The international break is done, thank God. Nothing bad happened. I actually think it was a pretty positive international break. It came at a good time for players like Florian Wirtz, who needed that little bit of confidence. He scored that amazing free kick. It came at a really good time for Alexander Isak. He went back to the Sweden camp in a familiar environment, which I think was really good for him after not playing football for 3 months. It was great to see Connor Bradley as well. He played 90 minutes for Northern Ireland. Should he have played that much? Probably not, but maybe that accelerates his return to Liverpool. So there was lots of really good performances, not only performances, but I just think good general growth as we get into a very, very busy period, which starts this weekend against Burnley. 6 games in 14 days is absolutely outrageous. I kind of like adding the Chelsea game to this clump just because that's the last game before we go on international break. Yes, another international break. And then after that break, we're straight back into it against Manchester United, which is annoying because it feels like every time we go on international break, the returning game is a big game. It's against a really tough team, and we didn't get that this time round with Burnley. I'm very grateful for that, but yeah, that's going to be a tough one. So I'm going to briefly touch on each game, talk about the players that I think will play. Honestly, I'm not going to go into too much detail on the games further away because, you know, injuries happen, things happen. There's no real point looking too far ahead with anything in life, and especially with football. It's really game by game. We'll start off with Burnley away, where we're going to be wearing our new beautiful third kit. Adidas went 3 from 3 here. Absolutely stunning. You can see the 2 kits so far that I've bought this season. I had the home kit, Florian Wirtz, away kit, Gravenberg, which came yesterday, I believe, and I just ordered my 3rd kit, Alexander Isak 9. I was thinking, who do I get? And yeah, just when I went on the LFC store and I saw Isak 9, it just all kind of hit me. I was like, I can't believe I'm seeing this. And I feel like that's going to be the kit that everyone gets Isak on, because it's like the first one that's come out since he's become a Liverpool player. I had to do it. I'm going to try and get some older players on next year's one, but yeah, anyway. I think this has the potential to be a very tough game if we don't go to Turf Moor with the intention of absolutely destroying them. If I'm being honest, we saw them put up a really good fight against Manchester United. I think that they were unlucky to not get a result there. We saw them beat Sunderland, so they haven't been horrible. I don't think it's a potential banana peel, but yeah, we need to win this game, non-negotiable. In terms of the team, I was thinking, would Arne Slot really rotate here? And I just don't think it'll happen. I was thinking maybe if it was in the middle of this clump of games, then maybe, but since it's the first one, he'll want to hit the ground running. He'll want to play a very, very strong squad. So I think it'll be the same squad that faced Arsenal, maybe Connor Bradley starting depending on where he's at, but I wouldn't mind seeing the same team that versed Arsenal, and then Hugo Ekitike coming off in the 75th or the 70th minute, and we're going to see Alexander Isak make his debut. That's my guess. Could it happen? Could it not happen? Maybe. Who knows? On to the next game, which is our first Champions League game of the season at Anfield against Atletico Madrid. Thank God it is at Anfield. I would not want to go to Madrid at this stage of the season. I think this is going to be a tough game, a very, very physical game, a dangerous game for any player that is at risk of being injured or isn't at full match sharpness. So I think we leave out players like Connor Bradley, we leave out players like Alexander Isak. I don't want to see Isak in this game, please. I still think we should put in a strong squad, but, and as weird as it sounds to say, I wouldn't be super upset if we drop points here. It'll be a tough game. We know from experience in the Champions League phase that we don't have to go in and win every single game and play our strongest squad every single game, because realistically, making the top 8 is great, prize money is great. I wouldn't be too fussed if we don't make the top 8 because it's 2 extra games, and I guess, yes, in the long term, that puts a little bit more strain on the squad. So I'm of the opinion of just aiming for the top 8, but not sweating everything just to finish at the top. I mean, I obviously always want to win. I always want 3 points, and I also actually think that Anfield needs to become that European fortress. I think we've lost that in recent years. I think we need to bring that back, and yeah, I mean, I guess a win here will mean a lot. As I said in my video last week about me developing ideas and like getting to my final point, this is how I do it. So, I mean, yeah, obviously I want to win. I want to beat Atletico Madrid, but I wouldn't be too phased if we drop points because we don't put out a 100% strength squad and we don't risk players that might get injured. Merseyside Derby against Everton though, that is a game that we need to win. We must win. We do not go half strength. We do not rotate in the Premier League, in my opinion. Very, very difficult game. I think we'll see Isak coming on again around the same time, maybe a little bit longer. Maybe he'll get 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. This is kind of at the point where we don't know what the squad is going to look like, but this will be a very difficult game. Everton have had a really good start to the season. I predicted before the season started that they were going to finish in the top half. I'm staying by that. I still think they're going to do that. I think that new stadium of theirs is going to do them a world of good, and I mean, it's not, to be honest, it's actually good to see Everton doing well. As weird as it is and as funny as it is joking about how close they got to relegation in recent years, we all know that that wouldn't be fun. It doesn't matter how good or how bad their season is going, they will always play good against us. They will always turn into prime Barcelona. This is going to be a very, very difficult game. If you look back to our first game against them at Goodison Park last year, it was exactly that. They weren't doing great, but boy did they put up a fight, and the way that that game ended, not fun. The next game is our final game at home in this stretch of games. Liverpool versus Southampton in the Carabao Cup. Very excited for this one because this is the game that I think Alexander Isak will get his first start, and I absolutely hope he carves up. Southampton by no means will be an easy team to face. Last season they gave us 2 really difficult games. If you look at the period last season, that was kind of similar to this clump of games where we played City, Real Madrid, Leverkusen. That game against Southampton was actually the most difficult game that we played. With that said, I think this will be a game where Arne Slot does a lot of rotation. I'd love to see Leone, Robertson get some minutes. I'd also love to see Rio Ngamoa start, Chiesa, Isak start as well. Obviously, we want to put a team out there that's good enough to make sure that we progress. It's a cup game. It's important. Every single competition is important this year, and I'm hoping that in the FA Cup and in the next round of the League Cup, we can get some easier teams again so we can rotate a little bit more. After that game, we face Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. This one I think is going to be the most difficult game in this clump of games. I think Palace are very good this season and they haven't quite hit that level just yet. And this is definitely getting into the territory where I can't really speak too much about the team, but potentially Isak's first start in the Premier League, who knows. Then after that, we travel to Turkey to face Galatasaray. This is going to be a very difficult game, a completely different atmosphere to what our players are used to. Again, I'm not sure if we would rotate here or not. I think it's going to be interesting to see what direction Arne Slot goes in with the Champions League sides that he's putting out. I would play a semi-rotated squad, so Curtis Jones, maybe start Chiesa, you know, start our rotating fullbacks as well, maybe give Leone a start. I want to see lots of Leone in these couple of games, so yeah, who knows. All up, really difficult. If we're including the Chelsea game, what's that, 4 Premier League games, 2 Champions League games, 1 League Cup game. We need to win the League Cup game. I'd like to get 1 win and 1 draw in the Champions League, and I mean, realistically 4 wins from 4 in the Premier League. I don't think it's not doable. I think when we look at each of these games individually, we say we can win them all, but when you clump them into the congested period that they're in, it's going to be very, very difficult. But it's a really good first challenge for this squad. We haven't gone through a period like this before. So yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments down below, how do you think we will go in the month of September, plus the Chelsea game as well? I'm predicting that we're going to do pretty well, and I'm predicting that some other teams in the league are going to drop points, and we're going to look very, very good after this month. Make sure to smash a like, make sure to subscribe if you guys haven't already. Peace out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.